Hi all. Uh, Thanks for coming to this chapter. So in this chapter we are going to see about arrays and objects. So far, okay, I'll remove all this code. So far, we have seen about var, in which we can have a variable maybe called as a test, and in this what we can hold is we can hold a string or a number or boolean value. Also we have seen about uh, set of data types called as undefined. Also we were discussing about null, which we haven't used so far. We'll see that. Okay, so these are the five things we have learned so far. Okay, but we have two more important things also to hold that in a variable. Okay, so those two things are called as arrays and objects. So well, let's start with array. Okay, what exactly is an array? Array is a set of values that can be stored within a variable. A group of values. Okay, so previously we were seeing about the ages of people, right? So let's see. uh, Variable Chandru age is 30. Variable Mohan age is 40. Variable ram age is 26. This is what we have seen. So instead of having three variables and holding the names separately, if all of these variables are logically grouped, what we can do is we can just have a variable called as age. So following the notation here, age, and we can have an array here. A square starting bracket and ending bracket holds the is the symbol for array. So in that what we can do is 30 comma 40 comma 26. Let me comment out this one. So this is how we have the values inside an array. Okay, so all these ages are being stored here. So maybe you might ask me the next question, but I can do console.log of Chandru age and I can get that value, and I can do a console.log of Mohan age to get that. Here also you can do the same thing. Console.log of age will give me all the ages inside that array. So if I need to get the first, the first person who's Chandru's age, I'm going to get that with the help of square bracket. So here I have to pass 1 2 3 to get those value, but note this point: arrays are arrays are zero indexed. Okay, that means this 30 is not in the first position, it is in the 0th position. So if I do age of 0, then it is going to print me 30. So if I need to get 40, then what I have to pass is I have to pass 1. Okay, so as it is 0 based index, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. So 40, which I have got. Okay, so finally one more thing we have is we can find how many values are inside an array by getting age dot length. Age dot length will give us how many items are there. So let me check it out. Age dot length should return 3. Yeah, so this is 3. Okay, so this is how we get an array and console it with the help of the arrays values by passing it 0 1 2 something like that. Okay, So I'll show you one more way of initializing an array, but which is not been used frequently. um, Let me take new age, and we are going to have a new variable here. Okay, let me say like other age, so that I don't want to confuse it with the new. So this is the variable called as other age. To create a to initialize an array, I'm going to do new object. In this new object, okay, so this is how you can create a initialize an array. So now this is an array. So uh, to get those values into uh, I mean these three values into your array, what we can do is you can directly pass this here. So if I do console.log of other age, I've got my array. Okay, so this is the most used way, and this is unconventional. People mostly doesn't use this way, so they are very much comfortable with this one only. Okay, so you don't have to initialize it with I mean a new object to get this array. So I don't want this right now, so I'll comment it out. Okay, so this is how we initialize an array, and this is how you console log to get the values of the array. Now you'd be having a question. So how can I mean I have got the value by passing age of 0. Now I need to change it. So what if my age change from 30 to 31? What we can do is, as we have seen, age of 0 is there, so I can directly assign a value like 32. So if I do that, and if I console log it again, my array changes to 32, 40, 26. Previously it was 30, 40, 26, and if I pass my value as age of 0, I mean 32 is assigned to 0th place, it becomes like this. This is how you mutate an array. Okay, so this is how we mutate an array. Also, if you want to change this part, what you can do is uh, age of 2 equals 48. So if I do console log, it is changed to 32, 40 and 48. Okay, so that's how you mutate an array, guys. So we'll see some other things in array. And one more thing we can have is, we don't have to have the same data type here. We can have different data types also. Different data types can also be used. For example, variable uh, details. In this, what I'm going to have is, I can have Mohan, I can have age 40, and if he's married or not, I can have it as this one. So if I console.log of his oops, details, I'm going to get that array Mohan 40 true. So our array will hold different type of data types also. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is I mean a different and an important one here. Okay, so let's take this age. Let me comment out this one. Okay, so let me take this age. So what I need is, I need to have one more age here at after 26, let the value of that age be 99. To add that on the last the last position, what I have to do is age dot push, and then the number we wanted to pass was 99. So once I did this, and if I console.log of age, 99 is added at the last. Okay, so now I need an age called 1 at the start. For now the value is 30, 40, 26, 99, right? I need 1 comma 30 comma 40 comma 26 comma 99. So what I have to do is age dot unshift 1, and now I am consoling the age. So now it is 1 is added at the front. Okay, so this is going to be my age now. 1, 30, 40, 26, 99. Okay, previously if you do push, it adds you at the end. If you do unshift, it adds at the front. Okay, so let me remove everything here. So if so if I do console dot log of age, it is going to 30, 40, 26. Okay, so let's remove 26. I'll add one more age here. Let's add 56. If I do console.log 30, 40, 26 and 56. Okay, so I want to remove 56 at the which is at the end. So what I'm going to do is console.log of I'll have this at here. Previously it was there, no? So what I'm going to do is age dot pop. Previously we saw push, right? So now I'm going to pop this. So if I pop, the last part is removed automatically. So I don't have to pass any values here. Just if I do pop, it removes the value from here. Okay, so I have one more method in arrays. Now you might be wondering what is a method. We'll see about that later. Okay, so if I do console.log of age, it will be showing 30, 40, 26, 56. Previously with the help of array.pop we removed 56. Now I want to remove 30. So for that what I can do is age.shift. I don't have to pass any variables here. Automatically 30 will be removed from here. Okay, so we have seen push adds a value at the end, pop removes the last value, and unshift adds value in the front, shift removes the value in the front. Okay, so I hope now you would have understood the differences between these four, right? Okay, so that's all with the array, guys. So we have seen a lot about arrays here. So array is a set of different data types or same data types that can be stored in a container and which can be passed to a variable, as we have seen here. Age can hold different data types as well as same data types. So that's a definition of array, and array can be accessed with the help of the position there 0, 1, 2, 3, which we call it as indexes. Those are called array indexes, and array indexes start with 0. So first position of array is 0, and it goes on. Then array dot length will give us how many values are there in the array. And we have also seen some methods in array: push, pop, unshift and shift. Okay, so these are a lot of things we have seen about arrays today. Okay, let's move on to our last member of this chapter, so who is called as the object. Okay, so object is also uh, an important member of JavaScript, which will be used more than the array actually. So let's create an object. Before that, I'll say we have already seen we can have different details. We can have different types of data type in a array. For example, we can have age of Mohan. Let me start with the name itself. Name will be Mohan, and age is 40, and address is Chennai. Okay, we were having something like this in the array. Best way to handle these sort of things is to create an object. For that, I'm going to create an object, because we are not sure whether this is a name or this is the name, because this is also a string and this is also a string. If you are having different I mean same data types, then it is good to go with array. If you are having different types of data types, it's better to go with an object. So I'll create an object here, object details. And as we have seen, arrays start with square bracket. Now the object starts with a curly brace. Okay, and this curly brace is going to have a set of key value pairs. So Mohan is the name, right? So let's have name, a colon here, which is going to take Mohan, and I need a comma here, and I'm going to go for his age, and one more comma, and I'm going to go for his address, which is Chennai. And lastly, we don't need to place the comma here. If you add, that will throw an error, but as prettier is there, it will automatically remove my comma at the last. Okay, so this is the object details, the variable which we have, and this is the object, and each and every key value pair is a property. So name is a property, age is a property, and address is the property. So let me create one more object here. What we can create? Okay, let me create a variable called as person variable, and this person is uh, going to have a name property, first person, and he's going to have age property, everything with a colon, not an equal to. Okay, his age is 25, another comma, is going to have a profession, it's a coder, and he's going to have one more property, which is he married? False. So this is also an object, and this object holds set of key value pairs. Keys are name, age, profession, is married, and the values are first person, 25, coder, false. As you can see, this holds all the different types of data types. It holds string, a number, and also a boolean data type. I hope now you are so much comfortable with handling these objects to creating an object. Now you'd be wondering, how can I access age here? To access the age, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do console.log of person. Let me first log the person, what it is going to show me there. Person gives me a curly braces array. Previously we have seen it uh, gave me a square bracket array for an array object. Now it is going to be an object in which I get a curly braces with all these properties here. If I try to open this, it gives me a prototype object. This prototype will be dealt later in this course, because it's a bit difficult thing. Not actually difficult, it's an advanced thing when comparing it with basics. So we'll deal with that later. Okay, so this is the object we have got, and to access the object, what I've done is console.log to object, access an object inside the object. What I can do is person dot, and I can go for is married. If I do that, it is going to give me false. Okay, so if I go for person dot profession, it is going to give his profession to me. So this is how we can uh, access each and every properties of this object. Okay, let me try to assign a value to that. Try to change the value to that. Previously it is false, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it as true, and if I try to console.log here, previously it is false, and I'm overriding it with the true. Oh, is married, right? So let me console that. It is giving me true. So now I know how to override an object also. Okay, this is how we can override an object, guys. Override any property, in that object. Okay, so to iterate over what we have seen, we have created an object with the 4 properties for this person, and we have console.log to access any object, any property inside that object. So to override any property in that object, I am directly passing person dot is married, which is this, and overriding it with true. Okay, what if I want to add a new property here? What I can do is, I'll remove this one for now. Person, let me add address. Even though there is no keys with the name of address, I can add a new one. Address is Trichy. Let's add it like that. And if I try to console log person, now it has added one more property to my to my object, which is called as, previously while I started this, it was having only 4 properties. Now if I see, I have name, age, profession, is married, and address. So I can have 5 properties over here. That's how I can add a property over here. Okay, so we have got how to access a property and how to add a new property. Now you might be wondering how to remove a property. That we'll see later part of this course. Okay, so that's all with objects now, and we have one more crucial part. I can have a function here. Yes, you are right. What you have heard is right. Yes, we are going to have a function inside an object, because we know how to write out a function expression. Previously we have seen the calc age, right? I'm going to write that now. Calc age is a function which accepts birth year and which returns current year minus birth year. Okay, so I can have a function over here. So if I try to console.log this person, console.log of person, it will show me there is a name property, age property, profession property, is married property, and there is going to be a calc age with a function. This f is denoting a function here. Okay, so now your next question would be, how can I access this function? How can I call this function? As you know, to call this function, we can do is person dot calc age. As it is returning some value, what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch that in my age equals person dot calculate age, and this calculate age is expecting a birth year. My birth year is 1989, and now I am going to console.log of my age. So I'll explain you one more time. So this is person dot calculate age will call this function, and as it returns something, I am passing that in a variable, and I am console log this. So as my function is waiting for an argument, I am passing my date of birth here, and it gives my age of 30. So that's how you call a function here, a function inside an object. So this is what all of the things, I mean all of the basics in the objects and arrays, guys. So if you are understanding all these things, then you should be, if you are comfortable and confident with all these arrays and objects, then there will not be any problem in understanding other concepts in JavaScript, because this is the most fundamental and most trickier part, and this is going to be help you guys in lots and lots of places. So before winding up this chapter and the module, I want to explain you one more thing, which is going to be a glimpse of what we are going to see in a forthcoming chapter. This is a simple highlight. Okay, so as we are passing birth year from here, what I can do is I can just remove this birth year, and I'm going to have it as a property here. Okay, birth year is my property, which is 1989, as I have already mentioned. Okay, so this birth year is the property which is expected from this. Okay, so 20 this birth year will be passed from this. Okay, so 2019 minus birth year. In this case, what I have to do is this dot birth year, because this dot birth year, okay, this dot birth year will I don't have to pass an, I mean, a parameter here, because this dot birth year will directly take me to this this birth year. To confirm this, F12, we can click on F12 by clicking on this variable, and if you press F12, it takes you there, because F12 is the definition, function definition or a variable definition, to find out a variable definition in a JavaScript file. Okay, so just click on birth year and click F12, it takes you there. To confirm this one more time, what we can do is, if you go to console.log, inside that I have passed my age, right? My age is defined here. So if I press here and if I do F12, it will take me to my age. This is where it is initialized. So if I go to birth year and if I click F12, it takes me there. And what is this? This object is this object is one of the main concepts in JavaScript, and which is the most confusing thing in JavaScript. For now, what we are understanding is this belongs to this the person here. To confirm this, click on this and click on F12. This will take you to this person object. Okay, so for now this is pointing to this person, so this dot birth year will take you to this birth year. Okay, so I don't have to I mean pass it from here. I can have it as a property, and that property will be passed to this one. This dot birth year will give me this birth year. Okay, so I'll just comment it out, and if I save it, this gives me the same value of 30 as previous. I haven't passed anything from here, and I haven't caught anything from here. I have just passed this dot birth year from my property itself. So that's all with the arrays and objects, and we have also seen a bit about this also. Let's cover all of these things in the forthcoming modules, guys. Thanks for watching.